Hey guys, my name is Chris if you didn't already know, and welcome to my show SmegChris Review. So I've been thinking, don't worry, I didn't hurt my brain, and I've decided that when I've got something else to review other than a movie, I'll do it at the beginning of one of these episodes. Why are my arms crossed? It could be a comic book, it could be a television show, it could be something else. Like for example, this soundtrack that I've finally been able to get a hold of, Gravity. I kid you not, the music on this gives me goosebumps. It also brings to mind the moments of the film, which is what any good score will do. Because the film is so good, most of the music, to me anyway, seems to be overshadowed by the pace and great story of the movie. Here I can just listen to the fantastic nuances and riveting tones that Stephen Price created. This is a must for any soundtrack fan, but you can't have mine. Okay, now on to my review of The Mountain Between Us. I'll start with the good points. The two lead actors, Idris Elba and Kate Winslet, were on top form. Mind you, they had to because they are what you centralise on. Well, them and the dog. The cinematography was absolutely brilliant, especially the way they used the camera in the aeroplane. It reminded me of what they did in Children of Men when they were weaving the camera through the car. The crash scene was expertly done. Then came the fight for survival, which was the main premise of the movie. Oh, and the awesome locations they used were spectacular. We've seen many survival movies and this one's pretty good, just not great. I enjoyed the two characters interacting with each other, going from strangers to relying on one another. Which brings me to the bad points. You could steadily see a cliche looming, and sure enough it came. Almost at the cost of the movie. Almost. Instead of a 5-minute conclusion that we all could see coming, it takes about 20 minutes to do. I'm not saying it ruined the film, it just felt like it fell on its face and then it started dragging it out. Then there were the odd cuts in the editing as the characters battled to stay alive. It seemed that one location didn't look anything like another, then it went back again. I think they were trying to depict leaps in time, but it just didn't feel that way. Maybe they could have done better transitions for them. Or any at all. If it wasn't for the characters telling us how long they'd been out there, I'd have thought it was a shorter time period. And talking of time, the film felt like it was longer than it was. Everything, and I mean everything, was drawn out as much as possible. Like the climax of the film, as I've already mentioned. I know it sounds like I'm saying it's a bad film, it really isn't. I did enjoy it for the most part, I just never really felt for the characters. Well, apart from the dog. And there were a few comical moments, mainly from Kate Winslet, that provided an insight into a character. Oh, that reminds me. Why did Idris have his own English accent but Kate Winslet had an American one? That just didn't seem fair. But that's all trivial because her American accent never felt forced, it never faltered, in fact it just seemed natural. Unlike Benedict Cumberbatch's in Doctor Strange. I don't normally watch this type of film, but I'm glad I did it as I give it a... If it had had a better ending, I'd have given it a higher score. Well, that's it for this episode. If you guys saw The Mountain Between Us, feel free to leave your thoughts about the movie in the comments below. Thanks for watching and subscribing if you have. Until the next time, peace out. Just a quick overview of what I said at the beginning about reviewing other things. Sometimes I might have something to review and sometimes I won't. I think it's because the title sequence is still showing comic books and TV shows as well as movies. And I'm thinking, well, all I'm doing is movie reviews. So I need to include other things as well, like soundtracks. Who knows, I might start reviewing technical things like cameras or phones or televisions. Or clothing, the latest fashions. Or even cars, I'll get out to test drive them. I'm kidding. Except that last one, I'd do that.